Tonight, from AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 20 carries, 68 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here because, to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates, too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Give him 3 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Prescott on 1st down. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Dolphins, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. Some motivation this week, not an issue.
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. Pollard, he'll take it up the gut, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In motion right is Davis. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. Prescott now. That is caught, and he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. From the 24 now, here's second down at 7. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 7 yards there and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
That'll give them 8 that time. And they'll be left with second and a couple. Prescott. Throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
Play action now. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
The secret to his game and his success, incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. And they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. Down the numbers. There he goes. Inside the 10. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the drive finished off with a touchdown run from Devon Achane. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. They run straight ahead here with Pollard, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. To throw is Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nelson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Prescott off play action. That's dumped off to Pollard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Yeah, the Cowboys are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Pollard is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught. Oh, one-handed grab there. He's got it for the touchdown. A sensational one-handed grab of the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Tua going to change the play. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Ali. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They're going deep for Hill. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. This taken in right around the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Up the middle, Achane. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. In motion, Hill. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On 2nd down, a run by Achane. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Powers through, and they're well past midfield, just a shy of the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. A run straight ahead with Achane. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And he works works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Ali. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Ali. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. On 3rd down, Achane. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. This play still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. And that is going to wind up incomplete. So they try to hit him with something you don't see too often, but it doesn't work out. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. If you've been waiting all day for Sunday night, it's been worth the wait. All tied here in the 4th as the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he's brought down, getting this at the 35. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Prescott from the gun, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, it's Achane. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the handoff, it's Achane. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll try and run for it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Here comes second down. Now Tua. Up the middle they go. Ali. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Chan gets it from the gun. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll... head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Plenty of time. All three timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ali. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Here's a 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Ali. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, if you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeouts.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in.
And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers at the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 21-14. This one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So Dak and the Cowboys down 21-14. A little over 40 seconds to go. They need a touchdown to the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Steps away to his left. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. Down to an goes Tua, and that should just about do it. And they cannot do anything to stop the clock defensively. 3 straight wins to start the campaign now.
And this is where a team, privately, within the confines of their own room, their meeting rooms, the locker room, they start to think to themselves, we're pretty good. We should be a playoff team.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit